recorded with physical distancing of the officers, we were able to record the proceedings without masks.
Good evening. I am Rebecca Pang, the president of the Pine-Richland chapter of the National Honor Society. Welcome to the 2020 National Honor Society induction ceremony. We are gathered here to formally recognize the students who have been selected by the faculty council of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and who are being inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. For current members and those former members who may be among our guests, we hope this will serve to remind you of the standards of excellence that you too are charged with maintaining as members of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program. I would now like to introduce and recognize the NHS officers for the 2020-2021 school year. Our Vice President, Anna Starsinik, Secretary, Ellie Jang, Treasurer, Jessica Sersky, our service coordinators, Catherine Lee and Joshua Horan, and our peer tutoring coordinator, Amber Honick. Thank you all for your dedication to our chapter. Now please rise for the singing of the national anthem in Pine-Richland alma mater.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Through the gracious halls of learning march thy students, ever yearning to the lamps of wisdom turn. Pine-Richland High, all hail! Sing the chorus loudly, lift the banner proudly. Green and white you'll always light our paths and go so brightly. On we march for alma mater, on we march, each son and daughter, singing loud our praises to Pine-Richland High, all hail!
Please join me in thanking our pianist, Akash Katakota, our singers, Kristen Donahoe, Abigail Turner, and Victor Williams, for providing the music this evening. And now I would like to introduce our service coordinator, Catherine Lee.
On behalf of all the inductees, officers, and returning members, we would like to thank all of the administrators in attendance this evening. We value your support of our chapter and appreciate you being here tonight to honor the induction of our new members. I would now like to introduce our Superintendent, Dr. Miller, for the opening remarks.
Good evening, and thank you to all the fellow officers and our two NHS sponsors. In my comments this year, I will highlight the leadership pillar. But first, I want to offer my congratulations to all of the current members and to the new inductees to NHS. This is an incredible honor. It's a perfect example of an achievement that's earned by the inductee, but influenced by so many others. Ms. Lang, Dr. Swatala, in a few minutes, Mr. Baiko, are examples of those people who have influenced our inductees. Leadership is one of the four pillars, and it's often discussed and referenced. Libraries are filled with books about leadership. If I asked everyone in here tonight to define leadership, we would hear and see a lot of different definitions that also had some common elements. As I think about leadership, I'll use the NHS pillars in my description. Leadership through character is ethical leadership. It's grounded in principles, it's generally positive, it's fair, but that does not mean that it is easy or that everyone will agree with the decision. Ethical leadership is leadership through character. Leadership through service is humble leadership, putting others before self, keeping perspective, demonstrating empathy and consideration for varying needs. Humble leadership is leadership through service. Leadership through scholarship is informed leadership. It's doing your homework, not for a class or for a course, but for a situation or an issue. It means investing the effort to understand a topic from multiple lenses through credible sources. Informed leadership is leadership through scholarship. We need you to lead. We need you to lead at Pine-Richland High School. We need you to lead in our region and in our state and in our country. Leadership matters. And leadership can occur through character, service, and scholarship. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Miller, for those words. We would now like to introduce our distinguished guest speaker, Mr. Jeff Baiko. Mr. Baiko teaches English, sponsors the Forensics Club, and works with many of our members. He is the giver of those infamous RRJs. He is a teacher that understands the value of hard work and dedication, and he pushes students to achieve their best in everything they do. He helps students build confidence and become leaders in and out of the classroom, and he is a constant model of good character for every student in the high school. I have had the privilege of having Mr. Baiko for class and could not think of a better teacher to speak, representing the heart of National Honor Society, the passion and drive to help others. We are pleased to have him here tonight to share his thoughts.
Well, I don't deserve that introduction. Thank you very much, Jesse. I appreciate it for those kind words. Everyone out there, here's what I need to do first. And it's a typical saying you perhaps have heard. We need to acknowledge the elephant in the room. First, we can fit a couple of elephants in this room right now if we really wanted to. Second, I acknowledge that perhaps the glare from the skull might be hurting some people's eyes at this point in time. Another elephant that I need to acknowledge, of course. But third, and the perhaps most unpleasant elephant to recognize, is that we are in the midst of a pandemic. There is COVID. Now, I know some of you out there are thinking, oh, he's not going to talk about COVID. I'm already tired about hearing about COVID. I am. Sorry. But I want to talk about it in terms of the National Honor Society. This is the National Honor Society. The term honor is what I want all of us to think about. This is not the National Grade Point Society. We're talking honor. And unfortunately, the current pandemic makes honor even more important than it always is. All of you know, whether you're 100% virtual or whether you're hybrid, that there is a time in your day, or there are many times in your day, when you are on your honor. Are you really in that class? Or are we getting a little sandwich? And I can come back to listen to Mr. Byko talk later. He's not saying anything that important. We're more so on our honor than ever because of the situation we're in. And in my congratulating all of you who are here, who are becoming members of the National Honor Society, and who are current members of the National Honor Society, it is a tremendous honor, but it's one that I ask you to take seriously. It's one that I ask you to consider each and every day when it's so easy to go back to bed because you're in your home. I understand that, and I think teachers do as well. But this is where, as Dr. Miller was talking about, your leadership comes into play. You lead by using honor. When you have your friends talk to you about, I blew that off. I just said I was there. And then when a teacher calls on me, I just said I had mic troubles. Not a lot of honor in that. It's up to you to say that's not right. I don't do that. I'm not saying you have to pick a fight, but it's okay to say that's not really what I'm about. I'm about learning. I'm about being honorable in how I learn. It's difficult in COVID, no doubt. You face greater challenges than others before you. But I have the confidence that all of you are up for it. You are excellent young men and women. And I am confident in your abilities because I've seen many. And I know what you're capable of. So I ask you to keep in mind the honor aspect of the National Honor Society. Keep in mind the self-discipline that's required now more than ever. And I challenge you to be honorable, to maintain your integrity given these times. I acknowledge it's not easy, but you are more than capable of it. I am sure of it. I would just like to end with the fact that we acknowledge what we have, the elephants in the room, so that the next time you know that I might be giving a speech, you might want to put on some sunglasses. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Byko, for those words of encouragement and wisdom. Throughout the year, members of our chapter serve as role models for other students. In addition to strong academic records which establish our eligibility for membership, our chapter members are leaders in many student organizations, and we serve our school and community through many activities including tri-events and volunteering with UPMC and St. Barnabas. Thank you to our returning members for their dedication and service last year. We look forward to another successful year with all of you. Now we welcome these new members tonight who bring energy and in support of continuing our work as NHS members. It is at this time that we proclaim to all in attendance that membership in the Pine-Richland chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as standards for the society. I would like to now introduce Joshua Haran, one of our service coordinators, to speak about the pillar of character and to induct our first group of new members.
Of the 4 qualities, we begin with character. Character is the pillar best reiterated by Mr. Byko and Dr. Miller. Character is the force within an individual that distinguishes each person from one another. It creates our individuality and our goodness, and without character, no one can respect oneself or hope to attain the respect of others. It is the force of character that guides one through life and, once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved, not received, and it is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to seem. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, and citizenship, we may hope to provide by example that we value character. We will now present our first group of members. Without further ado, Maggie Allwine, Rachel Bash, John Brown, Miles Brown, William Codwell, Ava Cardinale, Elena Carlson, Nora Carter, Bailey Clack, Thomas Cornelius, Nathan Cottrell, Megan Sonarage, Canyon Katoon, Kate Schwainer, David DeFrancis, Audrey DeCunder, Joseph Dazowski, Lacey Duffy, Lily Dazowski, Stella Fanny, and last but not least, Matthew Farmer. I would now like to invite our treasurer, Jesse Zersky, to speak about the pillar of leadership and to direct the next group of inductees to membership. Thank you.
I am now here to speak upon the pillar of leadership, although Mr. Byko and Dr. Miller already did it so eloquently. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, a real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power or resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members. We welcome the following students to the Pine-Richland chapter of National Honor Society: Christopher Fisher, Tyler Fleming, Ava Foster, Anya Gupta, Anthony Hartwick, Rand Hassan, Olivia Hillman, Elizabeth Hunkley, Nagin Amen, Kira Jorgensen, Zoe Catris, Lucille Kabnick, Andrew Koenig, Fiona Cortina, Laura Krill, Logan Krasinski, Aiden Lamparski, Will Laubacher, Eliana Lazaro, Justin Leeper, and Grant Lundgren. To speak about the next pillar, scholarship, I would like to introduce our secretary, Ellie Jang. Ellie will then present our third group of new members.
Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study and understands the lasting impact of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learning even when the formal education has ended. For human education, the learning only ends with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, leads to the highest success, and can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp, which we read the past, provides the torch that guides us to understand our present, and supplies the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. Congratulations to the following candidates: Sophia Malera, Sarah Maloney, Tig Mena, Caitlin McCracken, Leah Mayer, Catherine Marigliano, Grace Marlick, Andrew Nee, Alexa Nolan, Jeffrey Ogg, Cameron Perkins, Samuel Perry, Meredith Price, Joseph Pritchard, Justin Puthenperil, Isabella Reyes, Haley Ryan, Delma Roman, Tegan Rowland, and Shane Rupert. Please allow me to introduce Amber Honick, our peer tutoring coordinator, to talk about the fourth pillar of service and to call forward our last group of new members.
Service can be established in the routine of the day's work, where many opportunities arise to help others both in school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our members and promote to the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow. We now would like to welcome the following students into our chapter: Nora Russell, Morgan Sadlow, Angelina Seaman, Amish Sethi, Hafsa Shazad, Nathan Skierpak, Callie Stoltz, Andy Swartout, Jacob Safransky, Michael Tamburi, David Trent, Kylie Wargo, Erica Weinberg, CJ Williams, Ian Winter, Riley Woolerton, Olivia Wood, Christina Warbrough, Joshua Yoon, Natalie Zenz.
We will now light the 4 candles representing the pillars of the National Honor Society from the Candle of Knowledge. The officers and I stand strongly behind the pillars of NHS. As members last year, we were able to demonstrate these qualities among our peers and be leaders in our community. This year, the officers and I look forward to a great year of service and developing our leadership abilities. And now, please welcome our principal, Mrs. Bowman, who will offer some closing remarks to new members.
Thank you, Anna, and thank you to our students. Congratulations to all of our National Honor Society inductees. I want to start with a special thank you to the student leaders that put together a very unique opportunity to celebrate our induction ceremony. You have taken the pillars of character, service, leadership, and scholarship to a higher level with the commitment you've made in putting this evening's program together. Thank you. As we've returned to the school for the 2021 school year, all of our students have had the opportunity to demonstrate personal growth and be resilient through change. As members of the National Honor Society, I know that each of you have demonstrated a commitment to the 4 pillars of this organization. And each of those pillars, in its own unique way, connects to the mission, vision, and values that we hold high here at Pine-Richland High School. We continue to be committed to Pine-Richland pride and what that represents to us daily in our actions and how we carry ourselves in all that we do here as members of the We Are PR family. To our student inductees and current members of National Honor Society, I challenge you this year especially to consider our pride values and that pillar of character. How can you challenge yourself to demonstrate character in your actions throughout your school day, whether that be in person here in the building, in our hybrid model, and for those of our students that are participating virtually as well? How can you demonstrate that character in your activities and athletics, similar to the way that your leaders have done in putting together this evening's ceremony? In every aspect of your experiences here at Pine-Richland High School, I encourage and challenge you to think about what Josh shared earlier about character and the qualities of respect, responsibility, to be trustworthy, fair, and a model citizen in our school. Through demonstrating those characteristics, you are demonstrating strong character. Remember, as a leader, you are helping others to become the best they can be. And in doing that, you become the best you can be. As we all know, Pine-Richland High School provides so many diverse opportunities, both in and beyond the classroom, and every one of you is involved in so many of them. So I encourage you and I challenge you to walk alongside your peers and encourage them to get involved with you as well. Join in sharing that respect and becoming fully engaged in sharing what we believe through our pride values. We need to let our peers know that they are important and respected. And I challenge you to see and embrace the differences in others, respect our individuality, our uniqueness, and our diversity. We want every Pine-Richland student to know they are respected through our words and, most importantly, through our actions. I want to thank all of the families and friends that have joined us for tonight's ceremony. The staff, along with our building principals and I, appreciate you and your support of your child in their endeavors here at Pine-Richland High School. We value the partnership that we share together. And students, to all of you, inductees as well as current members, congratulations again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Bowman, for those final remarks. At this time, new inductees and current members, please rise for the reciting of our oath. Please join me in reciting the National Honor Society Pledge. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I pledge to maintain high scholastic standing, to endeavor intelligently and courageously to be a leader, to give of myself freely in service to others, and to hold as fundamental and worthy an untarnished character. In doing so, I shall prove myself worthy of a place in the National Honor Society.
We would like to thank you all for attending our National Honor Society induction ceremony. Special thanks are extended to our administrators for their support. We would also like to give special thanks to our parents and families for helping us get to where we are today. Have a nice evening.